What's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? Good morning. Haha. So, Bitcoin had a little bit of a correction deeper this morning and then bounced right back up yet again. A lot of buying pressure down below that 100-day moving average. You love to see that, my friends. You love to see it. All right, so nice little double wick down to this golden pocket we put here about a week and a half ago or something like that. We just touched it and then wicked right back up again. We want to get back above this blue support level here at $112,536 for the daily close. But we still have 9 hours till the daily close, so there's lots of time left before that needs to happen. So we got time, guys. We got time. I love Mondays. You guys know Rob loves Mondays, right? Mondays are liars. Mondays, generally what we tend to see on Mondays is the opposite of how the rest of the week is going to play out, right? So if we have a red first half of the day today, that to me signals a very high probability of a rest of the week being green. Now watch me be wrong and the rest of the week be complete blood in the streets, but that's okay, because what do we do when that happens? We accumulate, right? So absolutely, guys. Okay, let's get into these super chats. What do we got? Reality Sounds, yo, let's kick it off. Hit that like button. Can I get an amen to that, guys? Guys, I'm in a great mood. You know I love Mondays. I feel blessed today. I am going to do I'm going to go for a run after this live stream is over. Going to go for about a mile, see how we feel. Let's get the endorphins going, guys. Let's feel good today, right? Touch some grass, man. Make a baby. Do something, right? Brush your teeth. I don't know. Do something good. Strawberry Dragon, how many sleeper whale wallets are waking up? Just a one. One dude woke up, decided to flip over to Ethereum because he saw the writing on the wall with Ethereum getting ready to pump big. I don't blame him. Big Kev, what's going on, brother? Sailing the seas of red on my Zebec ship today, heading to the promised land with Rob leading the way. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. I will lead you to the promised land, brother. Absolutely. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes, my friends. All right, let's get into it. What do we have? 185 people watching. 47 likes, guys. Smash the like button. Let's kick this Monday off right. Let's kick this week off right. Let's get the likes up to a new all-time high and go from there. Let's make it go parabolic, my friends. Let's get into the chat. H. Barbarina, it's all good, baby. It's all good. Another local says, yo, Rob, another DCA day. Gonna miss this opportunity to flip up the bag. Yes. Well, I mean, hey, nothing wrong with sitting on your hands, my friend. There is nothing wrong with that. Danny's in the house. What's up, man? H. Barbarina says, I got the likes as I come in. Let's do this, y'all. Yeah, smash a like as you come in, guys. Listen, for all the YouTubers that I watch, whenever I go over and I open a new YouTube video, it doesn't even matter who it is, doesn't matter what they're talking about. As soon as the window opens and the video starts, the first thing I do is I hit the like button, right? To help the person out. Whether I don't even know what they're going to talk about, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I hit the like button to show support regardless of who it is. And the reason for that, guys, is because it's weird to withhold your like, right? It's not of any monetary value to you. So hit the like button. It's free to use. I do it all the time. But like I said, it doesn't even matter what I'm watching. Boom, like button, because I want to support. Like button. It's free. It's easy. So that's what I do. I just want you to do the same thing, guys, right? I practice what I preach, baby. I practice what I preach. Devin, what's up, buddy? Good morning, Rob. Can you do TA on Gari when you have an opportunity? I will do that for you, my friend. I will do that for you right now. How's that sound? How's that sound for you, brother? We'll get this day started good for you. We'll make sure you are off and running on this day, man. Get you in a good mood. See if I can help you exercise some Gari demons after the dump. Let's get it. Let's get the shakes that'll make you quake, baby. All right, so Gari, after a monstrous run, has since corrected, right? Now, with Gari, as you guys are well aware, over on the Patreon, we made this call back here. We made a 500% return on Gari on a swing trade. And then I told everybody right up here, I told everybody to sell right here at the top over on the Patreon. And what happened is most people sold and took profits. However, there was a group of people who basically told me to go screw myself and that Gari was the best project ever and that it was going to keep going up forever, and they didn't sell. And now they are holding their Gari way down here, right? Because they didn't listen. I don't want to listen to the handsome man on the screen who's been through multiple bull runs. I'm going to think I know better. That's what they thought. Now they're wrecked. So next time, listen. Hey, listen to the guy on the screen, okay? Now, Gari putting in a nice upward trajectory here, as you can see. You absolutely love seeing that. So we are in a bullish kind of structure here for Gari. We could see us come back down and test this trend line, maybe test support again around that 20572. If it does, I would definitely be scooping more up. You could have a double bottom play out here as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. A little bit of a retest down here, double bottom before taking off to the upside. I do believe Gari's got a lot more in it for this cycle. But I think you're going to see a little bit more of a correction first. So if you're looking to scoop up more Gari, I would personally be holding some dry powder on the side, getting ready to stuff my bag. I do think you're going to come back down, probably see a bit of a double bottom. You'll probably retest support at 2057, but I wouldn't be shocked to see us. I mean, I don't want to see us break this trend line, right? You could on a wick, that's fine, but you don't want to close the daily candle below this trend line. You want to keep putting in these higher lows because you likely will end up bouncing off of here and coming back up again close to these levels that you saw before, right? Somewhere up around 1 cent 8.3 kind of thing, right? So yeah. So probably a little bit of a correction first, maybe a retest of this trend line before moving to the upside. Give it a week or two. That's what I'd say before a move up. So DCA is the way, my friend. Good morning, Rob. Can you do some Swift TA? Swift coin. This is going to turn into an altcoin request stream, isn't it? I can sense it already, guys. But you know what? That's okay because I love you guys. And you know what? Whatever you want. I got you. Big Rob's got you covered. So Swift coin's been in this range trying to break above this resistance. Once you break through here on Swift coin, as you can see, it tried the other day, wicked all the way up here to 1 cent 2.4, and then massive selling pressure because of Bitcoin dumped it all the way back down again, right? So you're struggling with this trend line, but the good news is you've hit it enough times. You always want to see about 3 touches on a trend line before you kind of get your breakout. You have plenty of touches on this trend line here. You are likely going to see a break to the upside here soon. And I don't think you're really stopping. I mean, you're going to have some resistance levels. Probably you might have some, let's see, what do we have? You might have one around here, around 1 cent 1.7. You might have a little one somewhere around here, a little bit of static there, around 1 cent 2.72. And then you're likely coming up and testing resistance right up here at your 1 cent 3.56. So those are the levels to watch on Swift coin. I do think you're going to see a break soon. Again, just like Gari, give it a couple days, right? If Bitcoin and the rest of the market does turn around, especially Ethereum this week, which I think that it will, then you're probably going to see a breakout on a lot of altcoins. So stay tuned for that. John, blessings, my friend. Crow is not red. Smash the like. Is Crow green? What's Crow? Oh, it's green. 1% up. There you go. Crow's looking juicy, man. Crow's looking juicy. Good Good call, brother. Good call. Love Crow. We love Crow. All right, let's continue on in the chat. Greased Up Nebs, what's up, man? What do I need to do right now? Fill me in, fam. You need to either sit on your hands, you need to DCA, or make a baby, right? Make a baby. Who knows? Chappie, what's going on, man? Can you do TA on? Just kidding. Well done, sir. Well done. Love you, chap. Love you. Absolutely. Thank you. William, good to see you, my friend. Terry, what's going on? Great to see you today. Absolutely. It's a great day to have a great day, guys. Absolutely. Jake the Snake. Roberto, do you think we'll go higher so I can buy the top again? Yes. Stay tuned. I will tell you when you should buy the top. Absolutely. Don't forget to sell the bottom as well. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't do that. Guys, Motivation Daily says, I had my first coaching call on the weekend. What can I say? Everyone who's not on the Patreon, what are you actually doing with your life? Like, sub, and for your own sake, join the Patreon. Yes, guys, literally the price of a cup of coffee. If you cannot afford the price of a cup of coffee, I'm not sure you should be investing in crypto to begin with. Guys, make sure you hit the like. 237 people watching, 92 likes. We are almost at that 100 like level. Let's get to 100, and then we're going to flip the script. We're going to make it 200, guys. It's a great day to have a great day. Like I said, Green Week loading, Restful Mind. We got Mewtwo in the house. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, where else are we here? Todd, good to see you, man. Simply buy more Bitcoin. Hey, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Z-Man Brownie, this is a war between market makers and leverage traders. Yes, like $250 million worth of longs got absolutely destroyed yesterday. And that is why I've been training people how to swing trade on the swing trade tier on the Patreon via spot, not leverage trading. Let's start at the beginning. Let's learn how to swing trade the right way, my friends. Absolutely. Let's go have a look at the liquidation levels, shall we? Let's see what we see. We checked them yesterday, and we saw all the longs that got destroyed. Have they built back up? Oh, a lot of longs have started to build back up, my friends. If we drop down to $108,000, $1.9 billion worth of longs will get liquidated. However, if we do see a run back up to about, let's be conservative. If we see a run back up to about 115,000, then we will see 2.40 billion in shorts liquidated. So yeah, but if we go to the broader time frames, look at the shorts, man. They have piled up. If Bitcoin goes on another run, look at that, $119,500, $10 billion worth of shorts are going to get destroyed. And on the monthly, look at the shorts piling up, guys. I think that we are conditioning the market right now to see one hell of a massive short squeeze, man. Let's go look at Ethereum. Not much on the monthly to speak of, 4.36 billion. If Ethereum goes back up to $4,984, let's round it off to 5,000. Okay, well, if Bitcoin hits $4,999, just a hair below, $1 below $5,000, $4.5 billion worth of shorts will get destroyed. There's not much here for leverage on the long side right now. Not much at all to speak of. That's the monthly time frame. Let's go to the daily. Look at these shorts, guys. You could remember what I said earlier today. I said, don't be surprised, and I said this yesterday as well, don't be surprised if we see a red open to the day, the first half of Monday red, and then the evening we flip green. Well, have a looky-loo at what we have here. If Ethereum breaks $5,000 today on the weekly time frame, $3.75 billion worth of shorts are going to get destroyed, my friends. So we could see a short squeeze on Ethereum take place, and that's going to be phenomenal for the altcoins and for Ethereum. So keep an eye on ETH tonight, guys. This evening, keep an eye on ETH. What else do we have? Candyman, what's up? Just put a ball of aluminum foil in the microwave at work. We're all getting off work today early. That's one way to do it. That is one way to do it, my friend. Absolutely. Want to go home? Poop your pants, right? Nobody's going to question you going home if you poop your pants. AF, what's going down? Happy Monday, brother Rob. Got more DC opportunities? Absolutely. Philip, my dude, my brother, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your work, Rob, and sorry for not being able to make coaching. Hey, you know what? That's no problem, brother. No problem, Philip. I'll get you back in. It's all good, man. Life gets in the way sometimes, man, and I will hook you up. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thanks for having my back. As always, Philip, thanks for supporting the channel, my friend. I appreciate you. Ramona, hit that like, everyone. I got your email, Ramona. We'll go over it today, later this afternoon. I got to get into the gym, get in a bit of a workout. I'll shoot you a DM maybe an hour or two before. Maybe we'll chat this evening, but we'll go over to the email and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you, Ramona. What's going on? What's going on, guys? All right, what else do we have? Let me get back up in the chat. Jesse and James, good morning, Rob. Hope all is well, brother. Hope you had a great weekend. You know what? I was sick over the weekend, but you know what? I spent it recovering. I feel good. Maybe it's Monday's spirit making me feel amazing. You guys know I love my Mondays. You guys know I love my Mondays. Go fast. What's up? What's up? Who's that handsome man on my screen? Listen to the handsome man. That's exactly right. Ditto. What's going on? Second Pokemon of the day. There we go. Do you sense Sui could have a Solana type run next bull run? Yes. Next bull run. Ondo, Pith, Sui, all going to have Solana type bull runs in 2029. That's my call. That's my opinion. Those are the facts, my friend. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Those are the facts, and they are undisputed. Penny Packer, what's going on, man? You still think the bull run will be over by year's end? Are you starting to believe it'll bleed into 2026? Well, I've gone over, let's go over the M2 and combine that with the rate cut, potential rate cut in September, right? Let's have a look. So here we are on the this is the Russell. Russell had the breakout. We've had a little bit of a downturn, a minor. I think this will start to move back up later today. So the Russell looks good, but that's not what you want to hear about. You want to hear about the M2, right? And what the market's going to do. So let's have a little bit of a looky-loo here. All right, let's add the M2. Let's get this pump action going. Oops, oopsie. Okay, so in terms of correlating with the M2 money supply, right? This is kind of how I see things playing out right now. As you can see, the M2 has officially broken out of this downward trajectory. We put in a higher high than right here, but we need to put in a higher high than right here, right? On the M2. Now, I do believe we will do that, okay? I do believe we'll break above here. We'll put in a higher high. Now, if that happens, right now we're bleeding into the beginning of November. I think we put in a higher high, okay? Which, honestly, and then we roll over. Now, this correlates in a lot of different ways, okay? One, if you guys recall, about a week and a half ago, I went over a chart that was provided by Colin Talks Crypto. So shout out to him. Give him credit for that. I never take credit for other YouTuber stuff, right? So Colin Talks Crypto. So I went over a chart, and it's just one chart of many. Remember that, guys. Just one chart of many that speculated on the top of Bitcoin. Now we're talking about Bitcoin, not the altcoins. The top of Bitcoin playing out around December 22nd, right? And if you want to check that video out, go back, check the video library. You can check it out on YouTube here. But anyway, so that chart correlated with the top of Bitcoin being December 22nd. Now that would mean that Bitcoin would still top before the end of this year. But here's the caveat to that, right? Well, I'll give you the caveat to that after I give the other couple metrics here. The M2 correlates with that because if we do put in that higher high, that would bleed us into December for the top of Bitcoin, followed by a rollover, right? Now, so the M2 lines up with that. The chart I looked at from Colin Talks Crypto correlates with that as well, which would bleed. And we also have right here in this area where we kind of see the M2 roll over, we have the rate cut for September taking place within 3 to 4 days of that happening, right? Which usually when we see a rate cut, we see a sell the news event. So that lines up with a dump around the latter half of September all the way into October, which we see here, right? Followed by the move back up through November and December, and boom, right? You've got your bottom falling out on Bitcoin. Now that would, in fact, if Bitcoin tops in December, or even if Bitcoin tops at the end of November, that would imply that altcoins will likely run into January, possibly February, because altcoins tend to run and top about 8 to 10 weeks after Bitcoin does, right? As we start to see that capital flow from Bitcoin into your blue chips, into your large caps, your mid caps, your tiny caps, so on and so forth, right? So that's kind of how I see it potentially playing out based on those three metrics: the rate cuts, the chart that I looked at with Colin Talks Crypto, and then the M2 money supply. Everything kind of correlates with that making sense at this point in time. So yeah. Where were we here? Hey Rob, with all the partnerships Zebec has been gaining, do you think it'll top at a higher price than? No. I think that, there's only so much room in a bull run. There's only so much room in a cycle for projects to run. So I know everybody I always get people trying to negotiate with me to give them higher price targets, right? Zebec will do great. Don't get me wrong. It will do absolutely lights out phenomenal. I love Zebec. I hold Zebec. But no, because of partnerships, it doesn't mean that price is going to go to $1 or something like that, right? Next bull run, possibly. A lot of times projects require time to gain momentum, and sometimes that time takes a cycle or two, right? Jason says, I got emotional when I saw the dump, but then meditated and saw the light and realized that we will pump into September. There you go, man. Be positive. Be positive. Over the top, what's going on? Will anybody be getting the Gemini XRP credit card? I'm actually going to talk about that in this live stream. I actually have that queued up to talk about. So stay tuned for that. Glad you're feeling better for this green week ahead. Hell yeah. I need Pith to have a monster. Pith will have a monster run this run. Don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean just because Pith's going to have a better run next cycle doesn't mean it's not going to have a good one this cycle. Bobby says, Jasmine, Isaac, what's going on, my dude? What's going on? Yeah, boy, my guy, where have you been, man? Is that why they keep sending me home? Thanks for clarifying that for me. Nice. Isaac, good to see you, buddy. Strawberry Dragon, I personally would stay away from Gemini. Yeah, you know what? I would not disagree with that, Strawberry Dragon. Angelo, what's up, buddy? We broke. We're broke. We're all broke. Hey, guys. We dipped. We all dipped. There you go. Devin, thank you for answering my question. Also just upgraded to the highest tier on the Patreon. Nice. I'm working on another swing right now, another swing trade for the Patreon. I did just upload a swing trade yesterday morning on the Patreon as well, so make sure you check out that video. Hit Gary Daily, what's up, man? On the positive side of stuff, runs into January and February, at least we don't have to cough up all of our profits. Yeah, hey, there you go. Super fantastic. Jose, how many touches have we had on ETH on the high? It doesn't work that way. You're confusing resistance levels with trend lines, right? When you're looking at Ethereum, so here, let me show you something. I understand where your confusion is, right? So when I talk about touches, this is a trend line, right? And it's what this trend line dictates is the current trajectory of the price action of a project, whether it's up or down, right? So that's what you want to see touches on. When you're talking resistance levels, that's a different beast, right? Resistance levels are not the same thing. Resistance levels are actually sell walls, right? So right here, let's say right here, we'll call this 4880. What you have here, why you keep rejecting off and coming back down, is because you have a giant sell wall. And what that means is that there's a giant amount of sell orders that are pre-programmed in whenever the price hits 4880, right? And that drives the price back down. That's why you see these wicks. And the same thing is true to the upside. If we go over to Bitcoin, I'll show you, right? The opposite is also true. When you see wicks like you do here on Bitcoin, you see these big long wicks right here, boom, boom, yesterday and today. Those are giant buy walls, right? And what that means is people have pre-programmed buy orders put in so that every time the price comes down to this level, those buy orders automatically fill, which applies buying pressure to the project, in this case Bitcoin, driving the price upwards. The same thing is true to the downside when you hit resistance levels. So in saying that, going back over to Ethereum, whenever you hit a resistance level, right, and you reject off of it, and you see these wicks, what that means is that sell orders are being filled, which pushes the price down. Now, a lot of times you see a project will have to hit that sell wall for about 5 days, 7 days, or a little bit longer, right? And what it's doing is it's filling all of those sell orders every time it hits that sell wall, chipping away, making the sell wall weaker and weaker, which is why eventually you break through that sell wall to the upside, right? So that's what a resistance level is. And the same thing is true for a support level. The more you hit a support level, the more likely it is you're going to fall through it because you're filling buy orders and that buy wall is getting weaker and weaker, right? So that's how that works. A resistance level is different than a trend line, right? So just so you I understand the confusion in it. So, Fridge, what's going on, man? Philip, Rob, is your Zebec top still in line with your pay? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, my friend. Interested? Copper top. If you have Coinbase, you can see the depth charts on the advanced side. You can see the buy and sell walls. Yes, exactly, right? 100%. I personally don't use Coinbase because I don't think they're good actors in the space. I don't trust them. All right, we're caught up in the chat. Let's get into the news, guys. What is going on out there? Let's actually start with the Ripple XRP credit card and go from there. Ripple teams up with Gemini to launch exclusive XRP credit card. Ty, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Just shortly after Ripple aided Gemini in achieving its IPO aspirations, the two US-based crypto companies have partnered again to introduce a special edition credit card focused on the latter's native token. The new the new product will also support Ripple's Stablecoin, which can now be used for US spot trading on Gemini's crypto exchange platform. Crypto Rob, good to see you, man. Good to see you, my friend. More details on the matter were provided by Ripple and its dev team. They informed that the new credit card will allow simplified trading with no extra conversion fees. Even users who are paying with the US dollar will be able to get some extra rewards back on their purchases in the following manner: 4% XRP on gas, charging, and rideshare, 3% XRP on dining, 2% XRP on groceries, and 1% XRP on everything else. Crypto JPEG, did I get put on a timeout? Not that I know of, brother. Not that I know of. This is the second big partnership endeavor between the two U.S.-based firms after the previous one, also announced in August, which saw Ripple assist in Gemini's IPO attempts. The Winklevoss founder exchange filed an S1 form with the U.S. SEC a few weeks back to go public. Before that, Gemini entered a credit agreement with Ripple. At first, the Brad Garlinghouse-led company provided an initial commitment of $75 million. The deal also allows Gemini to make further requests of no less than $5 million and no bigger than $150 million, each loan must be secured by collateral. Mike, here, Rob, if BTC tops in September, I don't think it's going to top in September, brother. I think it's going to top around November, end of November, middle of December. That's Bitcoin, right? So, Candyman, what's up, buddy? Breaking news just announced that the company that produces yardsticks won't be making them any longer. But I got you. I think the end of October or very early November will be the best selling time for crypto. There you go. Nice. I dig it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right. Let's segue into Squawk Box. Morning markets. Let's have a look. Morning markets. Investors can use the September volatility to buy, says Hightower's Stephanie Link.
Joining us now, Steph Link, Chief Investment Strategist and Portfolio Manager at Hightower Advisors, as well as a CNBC contributor. Steph, this is right in your wheelhouse. Good morning. I don't know if you heard much of what Mike was just talking about, but essentially he was comparing the performance of banks relative to AI and how they've been kind of running in tandem recently and kind of the rotations there. How do you see those two sectors? I know both of them are kind of near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, I like both sectors. I'm overweight both sectors, especially on the large cap banks. I still think there's room to go, especially because we haven't even begun to see the IPO activity really heat up. M&A is starting, but hasn't really heated up. And deregulation is absolutely perfect for this sector. And so I know a lot and people are worried about the multiples, but I think you're going to see multiple expansion, especially as the capital levels get eased, right? That the requirements get eased, and then they can buy back stock, they can do M&A themselves, and they can lend. And so that's really important. So that's on the financial side. On the AI side, I mean, I think we're in the first or second innings. And as you and I've talked many times, if you really do believe in AI, which I do, I think you do as well, many of us do, then you have to build data centers. And we only have 11,000 data centers in the world. We have 5,400 here in the States. We have to get that number closer to like 30,000 between now and 2030. So you want to own the data center build out. And of course, the grid has not been upgraded in over 50 years. 75% of the grid is over 25 years old. So you have to believe in the grid too, if you believe in all this other stuff. And of course, we're undersupplied in power. So I think both can work. I think the fourth quarter setup is excellent, given that we just got the pivot. Maybe September's volatile, but you use that volatility to be buying, and you buy kind of broad base. You can buy AI if you want. I like the industrial AI plays. You can buy the technology sectors as well, but I do think that financials, industrials, materials, discretionary are really positive areas to buy. Yeah,
and just the overall contribution of that CapEx spending to GDP growth is another kind of follow through. Steph, really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
September is going to bring opportunity, my friends. We shall see. All right, U.S. banks move to amend Genius Stablecoin Act over loophole. Banks are still complaining that they don't want to compete with yield on crypto exchanges. Major banking groups in the United States are pushing to change certain provisions of the recently passed Genius Stablecoin Act, citing concerns over aspects of the law that could affect traditional finance industries. Here's an idea. Compete. That's what businesses do. They compete. You're whining that so banks have had the monopoly on finance for decades. Now that there's an opportunity here for me and you to make 4% yield, 6% yield on our stablecoin instead of 0.04% over in the banks with our fiat. Now the banks are crying foul and they're saying we can't compete with 4 to 6% yield. Guys, there is a fine line and a difference between can't compete with 4% and don't want to compete with 4%, right? It cuts into their profits, so they're complaining. It's not that they can't afford to give you 4% on your fiat, it's that they don't want to, right? If it was me, I would simply look at the bank representatives and say, compete or sink. This is a business world, right? On August 25th, the Financial Times reported the U.S. banking groups are actively lobbying lawmakers to reconsider certain provisions of the Genius legislation. And how much do you want to bet Elizabeth Warren is going to be the face of this movement? Passed earlier in July, the Genius Act marked the first official stablecoin law in the United States set out to regulate the billion-dollar market to maintain the country's dominance in the sector. Part of the regulation prevents issuers from directly paying interest or yield to stablecoin holders, a measure intended to protect stability in the system. This provision means that while banks can issue their own stablecoins, they are prohibited from offering any interest. In contrast, crypto exchanges can still provide rewards to holders of third-party stablecoins such as Circle's USDC or Tether. The groups describe this provision as a loophole that indirectly favors crypto exchanges over traditional banks, warning that it could prompt customers to shift deposits from banks to platforms offering higher returns, creating an uneven playing field. Okay, so then just allow the banks to offer the same interest rate yield on their stable coins as the exchanges. Perfectly fair, right? Don't try to get the law changed so that us as the investor doesn't get 4%, 6%, right? The group cited an April Treasury report that estimated stablecoins offering yield could move as much as $6.6 trillion away from traditional banking systems, warning that such outflows could jeopardize the stability of the banking sector. Nobody cares. You've been gouging your customers for decades. Nobody cares. Sink. Oh well, right? However, representatives from the crypto industry have reportedly pushed back against the bank's campaign, arguing that the concerns are overstated. Advocacy groups, including the Crypto Council for Innovation and the Blockchain Association, have argued that the loophole described in the Genius Act by the banks is not a flaw, but a necessary feature to maintain competition and innovation in the sector. They contend that restricting exchanges from offering rewards to stablecoin holders would unfairly protect banks while limiting consumer choice. Industry figures like Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal has also condemned the concerns, emphasizing that the industry should be allowed to evolve without unnecessary restrictions. The Genius stablecoin has been celebrated as a regulatory milestone for the industry, championing the long-awaited clarity for the asset class. However, the ongoing dispute underscores the tensions emerging as rules take shape, highlighting the need for careful balance to ensure both innovation and stability. Banks have hated crypto for so long for one simple reason, guys. You can, with two simple moves, completely eliminate banks from your finances. You can hold a self-custody wallet like Decent, the channel sponsor. You can hold your stablecoin USDC Circle, for example, gaining yield, staking it on your decent wallet, and you combine that with getting yourself a Zebec Carbon Card, which is a no-fee MasterCard that you can use anywhere. Visa, debit, and MasterCard are accepted, and no, this is not sponsored. And you can move USDC stablecoin from your decent wallet to your Carbon Card, your MasterCard, your Zebec MasterCard, and you can spend it anywhere, completely eliminating the bank fees and the bank's custodying your crypto. Why is it a surprise to anyone that banks don't like crypto? Because you can eliminate them, not paying fees to them, and they no longer get to take loans out against your money or loan your money to other people, making money off your money, right? No spank you. Gonna sell my crypto to bet on the NFL. All the money on the team with the helmets. Nice, yes. 344 people watching, guys. 142 likes. Let's drive that up to 200 likes, guys. Let's get it to a new all-time high. Chrissy says, right, and they also get bailouts. Yes, exactly. Ain't nobody bailing out no crypto exchange. No doubt, man, says Dave, Chief Spreading Bull Warren. Yeah. Beebs, what's up, my dude? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All right, let's continue on. What else do we have in the docket today? Let's talk a little Ethereum, guys. Ethereum poised for 5K breakthrough amid strong institution flows. Ethereum is poised to break the $5,000 mark following its latest all-time high, driven by strong institutional inflows, regulatory improvements, and technical upgrades, such as the upcoming Petra upgrade. The move towards $5,000 demonstrates growing institutional and community confidence, possibly affecting related digital assets and the broader DeFi ecosystem's growth trajectory. Ethereum is on the brink of surpassing $5,000, buoyed by institutional investments and critical protocol upgrades like the upcoming Petra. The recent all-time high reflects robust foundational changes in the crypto space, bolstering confidence among market participants. Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder, emphasizes the network scalability improvements. Institutional entities hold over 2.7 million Ethereum, showing enhanced engagement. A notable analyst anticipates a $5,000 mark being achieved shortly, reflecting the positive market sentiment among traders. I personally do believe that Ethereum will break through $5,000 this week. That's what I believe. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. The prospective breakthrough in Ethereum's price is significantly impacting investor strategies. Institutional inflows and recent upgrades influence trade decisions, reflecting an explicit shift towards Ethereum as a sustainable investment target. Financial and regulatory influences, like the SEC's recent ETF approval, are pivotal. Trading volumes surged as Ethereum became a more attractive asset class, offering new possibilities for asset diversification and portfolio growth in digital markets. Strong likelihoods for Ethereum surpassing $5,000 further catalyzed enthusiasm in the crypto industry. High probability predictions exemplified growing confidence in Ethereum's technological advancements and market robustness. I like my robustness in the morning. Historical data indicates Ethereum's rallies often preface tongue-tied today. Network upgrades and institutional interest bolstering confidence. The upcoming Petra upgrade is widely cited as a market driver for the current rally. Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, this trend may accelerate adoption across related assets and layer 2 solutions, impacting overall digital finance. A lot of layer 2s on Ethereum could do well, including Miria. That's right, Miria is a layer 2 on Ethereum, my friends. Beeb, supporting me over on Crypto Blueprint. I appreciate you, brother. Big Botto, what's up, man? Hit the likes. Absolutely. Smash those likes, guys. Hit them, whack them, smack them. Do what you got to do. Carrie Ann, I think the market is going to recover and then some and then some ASAP. It's going to shock people, absolutely. Crypto JPEG says, maybe a mod got me. I mentioned another tuber that was giving me Jasmine vibes this morning. Sometimes YouTube doesn't pop up some of the comments in the chat though too. So, because I didn't see any deleted comments. So yeah. Braveheart, banks are overrated. Zebec helping us bypass the bank. There you go. Oh, House, not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but with Bitcoin topping, getting moved back, could it go further into March? No. I mean, I think February at the latest. I mean, anything's possible in crypto. And, you know, to be honest with you, man, a lot of people look at crypto wrong, right? This bull run wrong. They see like, oh, could crypto go into March or April, and they're down about it, and it's like it's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, guys, right? That doesn't mean that the bull run's not, the parabolic phase of this market's not coming anymore. Who cares? If it gets pushed back 2 or 3 months, you got 2 or 3 more months to buy. What's the problem, right? Because I'll tell you right now, when we see the blow off top, and you're cashing out of this market cycle, you're going to be looking back saying, I wish I had had more time to put more capital in because I would have walked away with more, right? So you're seeing opportunity right now, guys. Take advantage of it, right? Take advantage of it. All right. Let's go through. We'll go through one more. We'll go through one. I'm new and just asking to understand. Oh, no, I get it, House. I get it, brother. It's absolutely. It doesn't make you a downer, man. It doesn't make you a Debbie Downer at all. Ray says, hit the likes. Let's get it. Yeah, what do we got? 374 people watching. We have 150 likes. Let's get to 200, guys. We only got one more piece to get through. Let's get to 200. Like I said before, also, jump over to the Patreon. I just put a link in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. I just dropped a swing trade video yesterday morning over there. If you want to get in on our swing trades, guys, we just closed out a successful swing trade yesterday morning as well, where we made a nice return on Zebec. So do not miss out, guys. Alt season index hits 2025 high as Ethereum and major altcoins outperform Bitcoin. Data indicates a movement of investment from Bitcoin into alternative cryptocurrencies. The market shows signs of an alt season may be approaching, though it has not yet officially begun. The altcoin season index, which measures the performance of altcoins against Bitcoin, reached 61 this week. This marks the highest level so far in 2025. An altcoin season occurs when a majority of the alternative cryptocurrencies outperform Bitcoin over a sustained period. This typically shifts investor attention towards projects with smaller market caps. Currently, 59% of the top 50 cryptocurrencies, including stablecoins and tokenized Bitcoin versions, are outperforming Bitcoin over the last 90-day window. Marvel, what's up, man? What's up with XCN and Swift and Miria? Just accumulation zones, man. Just accumulation. However, this figure remains below 75% threshold required to formally declare an altcoin season. According to criteria used by Blockchain Center, despite falling short of this benchmark, the consistent performance suggests growing demand for assets beyond Bitcoin. Ethereum, for instance, has posted considerable weekly gains and reached new all-time highs, with Bitcoin's upward momentum has slowed. The rotation of capital characterized as what analysts often refer to as phase 2 of the crypto market cycle. Ethereum is trading at 4,592. It's actually trading at 4,600 right now. On the fundamental side, Ethereum's total assets under management has crossed 30.28 billion, with daily trading volume at 61.2 billion, indicating deep liquidity and institutional strength. Very, very bullish for Ethereum, my friends, and the altcoins. Now, Bitcoin, we'll go back over to the Bitcoin chart here. We got to get back above and close above this blue line right here, $112,536. That's the level I will be watching today for a daily close. Cliff, Good to see you, my friend. Good morning. Good morning. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I got some stuff to take care of. I will be back at 1 p.m. Central. That is in 2 hours. I will be back for the next live stream. Make sure you are here. Can I only see swing trades? Yes, MB. You can only see swing trades if you're on the swing trade tier. I dropped the occasional one for the regular tiers, but that's just once in a while. So, all right, guys. Jump over to the Patreon. Check out our swing trade videos on the swing trade tier. We're live later today as well. You can book one-on-one coaching calls. Join me and thousands of other members today for less than the price of a cup of coffee. My friends, invest in your future. Invest in your education. It costs you a cup of coffee. If I came over and I sat down beside you right now and I said, hey, bro, if I offered to teach you how to make life-changing wealth for yourself in crypto like I have over the course of 3 cycles, would you buy me a cup of coffee every day? You would be insane not to buy me a cup of coffee every day. So buy me a cup of coffee every day. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.